Welcome to the KYC podcast.
Keeping you consistent.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to KYC, Keeping You Consistent podcast. We are your hosts, Sharon Thompson.
Tom Ashton. Today we are talking about the first half marathon that we ran, the official half marathon, because we did cover 21k in distance before, but this is our official. We got medals for this, we can prove it. We're going to be talking about the build-up to the half marathon, the race itself, and the brief aftermath, because someone decided it was a clever idea to run another half marathon 3 weeks later. Didn't you?
I did.
So go on and talk about it. What were you up to in the build-up?
So initially, I already signed up to a half marathon beforehand, and signing up to this one was just a spare the moment. So the build-up to this is literally, I did a lot of serious running. So at the time, me and Tom we've been mates for years, but we was on different trajectories. I got serious into my running because it was dialing me in. As you guys know, I was trying to keep consistent myself after coming off of like a bad time in my life. So I was dialed in, running pretty much every day. There was a challenge where I tried to do 7 runs in 7 days, which weren't nothing extraneous. It was basically a minimum of 2k a day. I never covered 2k, it was always more. So it ended up stretching to covering 40 odd kilometers in the week, which is, for me, for a normal person, it's probably that's just a prep. But for me, it was like a big deal. I never covered that before in a week. And yeah, I got my running down to seriously consistent every Saturday, going out for a long run around like a reservoir that's not far away from my house. So it was like constantly pounding down the mileage and just not so much tempo or speed work, just mileage on legs. That's all I was going for, because obviously my end goal is the further distance racing. And yeah, that's basically what I was doing. What was you doing in the lead up? Obviously, you didn't know straight away that we was even racing this race.
Yeah, to be fair, neither did he. But we'll talk about that after. So, as Sher said, he was doing his own independent training. He's essentially just putting mileage on his legs. I was in the British Army in training, not actually, I was in phase 1.
Whoa, there's a fucking frog there, yo. You see it?
I saw something move.
Yeah,
yo, I can see it. Yo, that looks poisonous, man.
Lick it. This podcast will get crazy. Yo, I'm going to take a picture of that real quick. Intermittent break, ladies and gentlemen.
Technical difficulties.
Mate, this is what I love about it, coming out into the
Remediate difficulties.
Oh, no, you scared him with your big fat mouth.
Shit, hold on. Let's get him out.
Imagine that was just a baby. His mum comes out and just sticks to your fucking mouth. He'll come out again. That's all good. Don't worry. Don't wreck his house.
I'm fucking wrecking his house, mate. I want him. Come here. Where's he gone?
He's probably flew away that way now.
He's a frog, bro. He ain't got wings.
You never know.
That's a shame, man. That's a shame.
Chickens have got wings, but they can't fly, can they? But no one's ever seen them do it.
Give me a chicken, mate. I'll make it fly.
It's like that. Yeah, but they're for show. It's like a Porsche GTR in the garage. Like, yeah, it's for show.
Yeah, there's no engine in it.
Yeah.
I can hear him moving. That's bugging me.
It's all good. Yeah. Anyway, back to it. So yeah, you was going on, Tom, about British Army basic.
Yeah. So I basically applied to join the British Army early this year. I think it was in March. I got accepted in. I can't even remember.
No, it was earlier than March, wasn't it? Surely.
No, my application process was like 6 months. Yeah.
That's crazy, because I swear it was like earlier than that. Because when did we do like the bleep test and all that? That was way earlier than March, bro, because you was in the army at March.
Nah, I weren't in because I didn't go to basic.
As in last year, you're on about. Last year, March. Not this year, March, bro. Fucking
yeah, obviously not this.
Okay. Now he's making sense.
Man's gone back like a month and he's like, nah, it's been longer than 4 weeks, surely. No, so this is last year.
Okay, well, be more specific. The audience are like, March just gone.
This is in with the frog detail. Fobbing me off.
Yeah.
2025, early March, I applied to join the British Army. I got accepted and I was in for training. When was I in for training? November, I think it was. November the 2nd. That's when I started training. Unfortunately, it didn't work out due to health reasons. But during Shez's prep for the Cov half marathon at this time, because he hadn't actually signed up for the Sheffield half marathon, that's where I was. So I was getting a lot of good fitness in. especially in terms of strength and cardio. But mine wasn't dedicated running. Mine was often weighted running, tabbing, you know, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but then for whatever reasons, I came out. Once I got out of the army, I basically jumped on with Shez, started running with him. And this is where the Sheffield Marathon comes into it. So we decided to go for one of our usual Saturday runs around a place called Draycott Waters. And it was at the end. We'd finished the race. We decided to go up to the cafe area for a breakfast. And we're just there, eating away. And then next thing you know, he's across the table from me, goes, yo, bro, I've signed up for the Sheffield Half Marathon. No prep, no announcement, nothing. And he's like, well, how far away was it? It's like 5 weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something like that.
5 or 6 weeks.
Something like that, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It was quite quick.
And then, yeah, for some reason, he was just like, yo, do you fancy doing it with me? And yeah, I was just like, yeah, why not? You know, having known I could have prepared so much better for this marathon. And on my personal channel, I do go into depth about that. Once we signed up to it, I just completely flopped off running for some strange reason.
Yeah, it was quite crazy how the Sheffield Half Marathon, like I already signed up for Coventry. This was like a 12-week window. Like I signed it up. This was going to be like my first half marathon officially, chip time, all the shebang, and then stages after. And then with Sheffield, I was like, because at this point when I was actually running consistently, I literally ran like a half marathon distance, not like chip time, back-to-back Saturdays, didn't I? And I was like...
Yeah, because we did one around Coombe Abbey, and then the next one you did around your local area.
Yeah, my area,
yes.
So like, it was literally just like back-to-back, I was banging out these half marathons, and one of them was like 2:12 or something. This was an easy pace run. And the other one on my own, I just got in the zone, and I got like 2:03 on my own, and I was like, yo, I'm just going to send a half marathon. I feel ready. Like, this is near my goal time of 2 hours, so let's get it. And what happened then was, obviously, I signed up, and then for some strange reason, it was like things in life knew I signed up for something that was going to be achievable, something that I always wanted to be achievable when I started my running journey. Everything in life just happened all at once, and it was like work, my personal work got busy, home life got busy. Everything was crazy, weren't it? Like,
yeah, it's one of them. It's that whole thing with consistency again, but I think this one comes down to, it's like less external factors, more just mental.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's hard getting up in the morning. I don't think, there are very few people who can sit there and be like, oh, it's easy getting up in the morning. Especially if you're like, if you have the standard 9-to-5 job, and then say, for example, you want to get a good run in, and let's say your prep time in the morning is like, say, half an hour, and your journey to work's half an hour. So that's already 1 hour early.
Yeah, that's pretty much me.
You got to be up at 8. And then if you want to get in a run in the morning, you're looking to wake up at least an hour before that. So you can go out, run, come back, get washed up.
That's only within a 5K distance. Like, if I want to run anything past 6K, I have to literally give myself like an hour and a half before my normal wake-up time for work, to get ready for work. So, like, I was finding myself, if I wanted to get in, like, a 10K run, I need to get out the door before 6 a.m. for me to have enough time for then to get, like, work sorted, all the shit for work and that. And people say, oh, yeah, but you can move it to the end of the day. Like, I've got other commitments in life. Like, I want to get home, chill with my daughter as much as I can, you know? Like, finish work at 5:30, get home for 6, and then I'm trying to chill with my daughter and stuff. What are you looking for?
He's on the other side of the bag. He's bugging me, man. He keeps moving. Sorry, guys. We've got an intruder.
Yeah, we got a little frog. Do you like our studio, by the
way? Yeah, this is all fake. It's all green screen.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're just in the middle of a...
Yeah, it's not. This is all legit.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a woodland.
Now, climb that tree. Prove it. Don't flip off it. No, so... This is also not us making up excuses. I swear to God, if you keep moving, me and you can have words after this. Honestly, trying to establish an audience here. This is not us making up excuses for not being consistent. Obviously, you should be consistent. If you want to do something, you have to make the time. You have to establish the routine.
Yeah.
One thing I would say on that note is don't be, especially when you're starting, don't be super strict. Don't set like a dedicated time. You know, like, oh, I want to make sure I'm writing in my journal every day at 20:08. No, just write in your journal on the day, okay? Because that's the best way to get started, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, especially if you're new to it. But over time, you'll realise what works for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like a jigsaw. You start off, you've got all the pieces, but you don't essentially know where they go.
Yeah.
But as long as you're moving them around, eventually you'll be like, okay, this is the routine that works best for me. That's a good analogy. I like that one.
Yeah, that's it.
So that was the pre-build up to the Sheffield Half Marathon. Once we got to that point, we just explained that, you know, we didn't, either of us really prep. He prepped more than I did. He did more runs. I just was being lazy, and it was very bad, and I suffered for it.
I think sorry to interrupt, but I think it was like, because both of us ran the distance, so it was like a mental thing. Like, we know we can run the 21k, and at that point in time, neither one of us had a real big time goal, because even though we had run the distance before, and technically they're our PBs, this was an official race, so our official chip time PB would have been broken that day.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been a Strava stat that you can edit if you wanted to. It wouldn't have been Garmin saying if it's right or wrong to run 21k. This was an official.
Yeah, this was chip time from the passing the start line to finishing.
So it was on point, and the GPS was there.
Yeah, but I think for both of us, to some extent, it was an experience. It was like, this is the first half marathon. It was definitely an experience. And what a half marathon it was, Jesus.
Yeah, when
covering the distance was one thing. Jesus.
The crazy thing is, it was like the reason why signed up for this race. The reason why I signed up is because I had a random email. Brilliant.
This is getting in my face.
Brilliant promotion by Run for All, the organisation we did the runs with. An incredible event company, honestly. But like the promotion was, sign up to your next half marathon. I was like, ooh, Sheffield next week or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'm ready, let's do it. Little did I know, Sheffield is considered quite close to being one of the worst half marathons in the UK, with this fucking Mount Everest of a hill that's going on.
So this brings us neatly onto race day.
Race day, crazy.
So obviously, wake up, I think we were feeling good.
Yeah, we woke up early as well.
Yeah, woke up feeling good. We took the drive down there. We got there, and then we had to get. We found there was a specific parking place. We found there, and then we got on the tram, and we happened to meet this guy who decided to introduce us to the Sheffield Half Marathon and what apparently the locals referred to as the mountain.
Yeah.
Even at this point, I'm just like, nah, you don't know what he's fucking talking about.
then he says, yep, I've ran it 4 times.
And we were just, this is where he probably started to get a bit nervous. We're just like, yo, he might actually be being serious, you know, this might be quite a big thing.
Because me and Tom are like jokers. We like to wind each other up. So when someone says, oh yeah, you heard about this half marathon, we're like, no, not really. We just signed up for it on the whim. And then they're literally saying, yeah, because obviously he's a local. He's like, yeah, they call it the mountain. We just thought it was a joke. So we're laughing at this point, like, no worries, one of them. But shit, man, when we got off that tram heading to the start line already, it was like this.
Yeah, literally. So the tram pulled us up, like literally right by the start line, probably less than 200 metres from the start line. And there was Sheffield bus station. I want to say it was like 200 metres downhill. Because we were like, yo, where's the nearest toilet that we can find? We couldn't find a public toilet. We were like, let's go to the bus station. It's down there. It's not like, oh, it's over there. It was down there. Yeah, that's how you looked at it.
Down the hill.
So we ran down there. And then on the way back up, Shez was just like, yo, imagine if we were running up this on the way back. We're like, this isn't actually too bad. Jesus. Nothing could have prepared us for what you saw. When you look, if you've ever like gone hiking or mountain climbing, and you just see what seems to be endless uphill,
yeah,
that's what this felt like.
It did it, but I remember there was a point where, do you know when we took past the hairpin?
Yeah.
At the top of the first hill, and then we went round the corner. It literally looked like this, like a zigzag of people. I just seen t-shirts over here, way up in the sky. I was like, fucking hell, I got there.
No. That was a hard race.
Yeah, even getting there was hard because that day it fell within the clocks changing. So I literally had like 2 hours of sleep. We're from the Midlands as well, and we had to travel to like Yorkshire. So that was like an 1.5 hour drive. So we had to get up at like 5 o'clock anyway to get into the city for like the time. And it was 4 a.m. in the morning with the clocks changing. So we already lost an hour there.
Lost that. And none of us slept good that night. I woke up, and then on the phone we were speaking to each other, and it was just like, yo, bro, I don't feel like I've slept at all. And he was like, yeah, I got like 2 hours.
My watch told me, you're not ready for training. Go back to sleep. You've had 2 hours. But yeah, that just brings us on to the mentality we've got, and we want to share with you. Like, whatever the circumstance, you've signed up for it, get it done. Do you know what I mean? What's the worst that can happen? The best that can happen is you're sticking to your word on you. The worst that can happen is you'll let yourself down. And then you'll remember the ones where you let yourself down, they'll fester more than the ones that you've turned up for. Trust me.
Yeah. Because you can always think back of like, oh, I competed. I didn't do as well as I thought I did, but I turned up.
And give it your best.
Yeah. Well, there's that saying, there's another channel's got it, I can't remember, or a lot of people say out there, which is, keep showing up.
Yeah, apparently.
That's what... It's ruining the moment.
And chairs, man.
Yeah, just keep showing up, essentially, and that's the thing that matters most. When you sign up to something, the worst thing you can do is not turn up on the day. Yeah. But as well, I spoke about this on my I spoke about this on my personal channel, which is these are the only times where I would recommend you push yourself to the point of injury. Because when you set yourself something like a target, if you just wanted to participate, that's 100% fine.
Yeah.
But if you have gone to an event like a half marathon, a full marathon, even a 10K, and you're like, I want to break my PB, that's the time where when it gets hard, you don't stop.
Yeah.
In training, when it gets hard, you stop because, you could risk injury. But when it's on race day, that's when you perform, which is what I did. And yeah,
race day was a challenge, tricky mistress. Obviously, it was both our first event, so we obviously turned up together. The plan was to stick together.
Plan was, he says.
It was. But obviously, like, we had like a few hiccups. Like the initial one was your lace coming undone, and we moved on, and I quote, Tom was like, "Keep going. You just keep going." That's what you said when you race. I said, "Bro, you just gotta do your lace up. Don't worry about it." Then time goes on in the race, and obviously, fucking Tom's picked up some sort of knee injury on one of the hills. And then as I was keep going, so I'm like I've been like running for longer distances than Tom, so I'm in like that zone when you just shut everything off. I'm keeping an eye on Tom to make sure he's good. Then randomly, I look back and I just couldn't see him, so I ended up doing like a full 180, not like my whole body but my head. And there's just too many people running towards me, so I was just like, fuck it then.
Yeah, there you go. There's the mentality, isn't it? My mate's got, fuck it, I got time to get.
Yeah.
No, it's one of them. All right, at the end of the day, we were both there to run. And what happened to me on race day, it wasn't like what I'm currently suffering from, which was like a jarred knee. Now I stopped when I moved on it. I had the jarred knee. I had severe cramps in my glutes. And then I was getting, I don't know what it's called. I need to research this, but it's the equivalent of tennis elbow in this joint. Every time I was running, there was like a knot here that was locking up my legs. And I had to stop. I think this is where we lost each other because I had to stop. I stopped. I walked over to the side and I massaged this knot.
It's probably that, yeah.
Out of both my legs. And after that as well, my pace just consistently went down throughout the entirety of the race. I mean, I don't think I finished in a bad time. I think
for your first time, that was a good time.
My chip time was like 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was running on botched leg for like 8 kilometers.
Do you still have the text message from him or not?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I got the text message. I've still got the email.
Oh yeah, don't.
But I probably do still have the text message.
Yeah, you did a great time though. 2 hours 10. That was crazy.
But yeah, so unfortunately, that's what ill prep gets you. Like you can definitely get injured when you fully prepare, but the chances are so much smaller. I literally suffered because I did not prep properly at all for this. I'd come off serious illness when I got out of army training into kind of started running again. Signed up for the half marathon and then just stopped on the way. So
yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's the epitome of like obviously showing up with what you've signed up for, but at the same time, it was like, don't be afraid to sign up to challenges that scare you, ladies and gentlemen. Like that's basically what our motto has always been. Right, when we've accomplished something that's challenging, we literally just fucking do it, don't we?
Yeah, 100%.
We've been in caves, abandoned places, haunted places. Like in the past, our journeys took a complete U-turn to we used to just do all that abandoned haunted stuff, but like now it's the same mentality. We're not going to stop at like something that's resistant. When something pushes resistance against us, we just grab the bull by the horns and keep going, man. That's the main thing. And yeah, that's the message we're carrying.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but now it's more or less just about personal health.
Yeah.
And just not all fitness, but just life betterment, like how to make your life more enjoyable using everything in your control.
Exactly. Back to the race. So Tom's experience, obviously with the injury, it sucks for him. Like I ended up coming into the finish at like 2:03 with a bit of change. I think it was like 50 something, 2:03, 50 something. And then obviously, amongst all, the only injuries I picked up with that race was a massive blister on my heel that was like a crater.
I don't know if they class like blisters as injuries because it's kind of just.
It's not. It's wear and tear, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a staple.
So it's not really injury, but the recovery was long because again, the prep toward I think 3 weeks before the prep, I not only tapered, I just fucking fell off. And then when I was running, I don't know if any of you guys that ever experienced like running in races, but leading up to the prep, it was like phantom, like lethargicness. Every time I ran, it literally felt like I was like burnt out. My legs just weren't performing, and it felt like there was like a wall just saying, "Yep, bang, bang." And I don't know whether that was like a mental sign because on the race day, no issues. The 2 races I experienced, no issues whatsoever, and I've had the same experience leading to it. It's crazy.
It's definitely probably one of the most amazing things to witness. If you've never been partake in, like, I would say at minimum a a half marathon or a full marathon, the environment there is insane. It will get you hyped. You know, you see people of all shapes, all sizes, you know, from every age. We saw people that were running, they were definitely in their 70s.
Yeah.
And you have nothing but respect for it. And it's a really positive environment. I definitely think that helps towards when you get there on race day, you don't just think, oh, fucking hell, it can't be bothered. Like, the environment itself will get you going.
Yeah, the event organisers do an amazing job at getting you hyped up. Like obviously adrenaline's a big thing. Like the adrenaline of you starting and it's go time is crazy. Because I noticed in both my experiences, the start you're pretty much fucking acing it. You're keeping up with the crowd. You're acing it. You're looking down at it. You're like, shit, man, I'm holding a fucking high pace.
350, man. I need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, and then you get into your rhythm. And then you slow down to your comfortable pace, but you want to try and keep a good pace going. And then there's a point in the race where it's like everyone's quiet. They're all zoned into their music. In the pain cave, this is this point where I'm calling the pain cave. And you're just dialed in. You're just slugging along. This happens between after 12, maybe 16K. And then 16K happens 10 miles. Then you know there's only a 5K left, but the 5K is the hardest 5K you're ever going to run in your life because you've experienced it. And then, bam. For some reason, your legs are hurting, you're fatigued, you're in pain. The second you're approaching that last K and then the crowd's really hyped, it all goes away. You've got everything, you give everything you've all, you burning all cylinders, you're trying to get to the finish as fast as possible. Your legs are there trying to keep up with your mind, but your mind's telling it to go faster than they can keep up. I don't know, disembobulation or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, in your mind you're like, yeah, and then your heads are just like...
Yeah, your legs are trying to keep up with something that's not happening. And then you cross the finish line, bam, you just get to relax. And it's a crazy experience. If you've never done a half marathon, I suggest...
Relax ain't the word I'd use, man. That's sitting down at KFC is probably the most painful thing I've ever done in my life.
It was very painful. If you've never experienced a half marathon before, recommended. Definitely take KYC's approach and just sign up and get going because you will do better than you expect. Your body's a powerful tool. And even if you go at your own pace, there's no one racing you. Like, go and turn up for you. Don't worry about other people.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't even if you don't consider yourself an athletic person, say you don't run at all, or you're one of those people that maybe even can't remember the last time they ran. Don't compare yourself to the people that are sub 1 hour and a half marathons. Don't even compare yourself to people that are like sub 2 in or getting around 2 hours. You can finish a half marathon in 3.5 hours. Basically walking. And I think even if you signed up and you essentially did just walk most of it, there's a very high chance that could create a trigger in you where it would stimulate serious change. Because you might look at your life and be like, you know what, I want more of this.
Yeah, I think you will. It will go one or two ways. You've done it, you've worn a t-shirt, you're never doing it again, or you're addicted.
Yeah.
And there's no in between, like, yeah, I could probably sprinkle a little bit here and there. It's either all or nothing when it comes to your first event, whether that's a 10K, half marathon. I think as the events get higher, the build up to them is more improved. So if you went and did your first event as a marathon and it was a major like Boston, London, Berlin, something big, you'll literally have the hook right there and then. But even if you do the small events, I think you'll definitely get that dopamine.
Yeah, because the thing is as well, like I put emphasis on this because it's important, but the environment matters. The environment, like if we turned up to Sheffield Half Marathon, there was no one there. There was just a track laid out. no announcers, no build up to it. Because at the start of it as well, you have the music playing. If there was none
just
of
a guy with air horn like, go!
If there was none of that, I'm not gonna lie. When we made that hairpin turn and saw that hill, I'd have walked.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, nah.
Yeah, the crowd, the people, the residents of the area, man, they make it. Even with cover, I felt the same. They're literally there like, yeah. All of them are lazy as fuck, but they're going, yeah. We know it. We've been there. You have never been here. But they're cheering you on, man. And they're giving you little power up fucking hand high fives and that, like, hit this for power, like a little Mario mushroom and that. Yeah, man, it's pretty good.
It is an awesome environment. Like, you can't beat just the positive energy. And I think we both believe that, which is you will reflect the environment you surround yourself in.
Yeah.
And this isn't to shit or insult anybody, but if you are surrounded by people who
are happy being content.
Yeah, are happy with a very complacent lifestyle, get up, go to work, come home, do whatever they want to do, if it's doom scroll, sit around watching TV, whatever it is. But that, it is a contagion, not from like a dangerous, horrible perspective, but same again, like if you go to a marathon, you'll get hyped just being there, even if you're not running. Like, there are plenty of people who are still going about their daily business throughout the tracks of marathons, half marathons. They're always going to look in, because it's grabbing you. It's contagious. Like, people there screaming, you've got the cowbells going off, and people are going to be looking past going. Guarantee you, more people think about running a half and an actual marathon when they're around that area.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, when it's not taking place, no one considers it. And then when they're around there, it's like, I wonder if I could run a half marathon.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was our experience with our first half marathon, Sheffield 2026.
I say it was an incredibly tough race, but definitely grateful that we did it.
100% learning curve, and next year it won't be as tough. We hope.
He's doing that solo. Hate this hill.
But yeah, if you guys have any value from this podcast episode and you're interested in joining the community, not only are we trying to get to our ultra marathon by the end of 2026, but we want you guys to help us get to 1,000 subscribers for this community.
Absolutely, guys. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, share this video with your friends, your family, and also, if you have stories, we want to hear them. Get in the comments section. Paragraph after paragraph, I want to read it. I want to know what's going on.
Be happy to reach out to you guys.
Absolutely, and it will feature in future content, because that's what this is essentially, us building a community, talking about all of our experiences from every hobby and passion that we do, and trying to grow consistency. KYC, baby.
And we'll catch you in the next podcast.
Peace.